Hello and welcome back to the Saskatchewan Wildlife Federation's Youth Conservation Leadership Speaker Series. Today I'm here with Nelson Berg, the manager of the Saskatchewan Provincial Fish Hatchery. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to manage a provincial hatchery. So thank you for your time today, Nelson.
Hey, Chelsea, not a problem.
I guess we'll start with just talking a little bit about who you are and what you do at the hatchery.
Okay, my name is Nelson Berg. As Chelsea said, I've managed the Saskatchewan Fish Hatchery. I've worked at the hatchery since 2006 and started managing in 2014. So I've been there for a while.
So what exactly does the hatchery do for people who aren't really familiar with the Saskatchewan hatchery?
So basically, the job of the Saskatchewan Fish Hatchery is to stock water bodies that are open to the public for angling around the province. So the Ministry of Environment has fisheries biologists that have areas within the province that they take care of, and they let us know what kind of fish they want and where they want them, how many, and we basically just fill those orders.
Cool. So what's an average day at the hatchery look like?
It involves a lot of cleaning. To start off the day, we go around to all the troughs and raceways where the fish are, and clean out any excess food and waste products that are in the troughs. Once that's all, that usually takes a couple hours, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Once that's done, we make sure they've all got the feed for the day, kind of thing, and checking oxygen levels, making sure everyone's happy. Just going through, making sure they've got what they need to grow and be ready to be stocked in the spring and into the water bodies around the province.
Yeah, and for people who aren't familiar with it or who haven't visited, they do have a visitor center there. But if you have never visited, it's actually this series of buildings that is full of fish at various stages of life, right?
Yeah. So we for our trout program, we're collecting those eggs typically in end of October through November, and those fish are hatched out from basically around Christmas time through till the end of January, kind of thing. And right now at this time of the year, all the fish have hatched out of the eggs, and we're just growing them now so that they're stockable size fish come beginning in May or so that they'd be probably in that 6-7 centimeter size when we're stocking them in May.
Cool. And actually that's where the fins fish come from as well, right? The fish in schools.
Yeah, we supply the eggs for the fish in the schools program as well.
Yeah, cool. So if someone were interested in a career like yours, what schooling might they consider, or what skills might they be trying to work on?
Well, typically when we're hiring people at the hatchery, we're looking for some sort of environmental background. Myself, I've got a diploma in environmental science with a major in fisheries and wildlife through Lakeland College in Alberta. The SAS Polytechnique program up at Prince Albert, there's an integrated resource management program there. That was something along those lines would facilitate having the qualifications we'd be looking for to hire someone. As well as, possibly a biology degree or something like that would meet those requirements as well.
Cool. And I actually want to swing back and just mention, so your field season, you kind of alluded to getting the fish eggs in the fall or whatever. What exactly does that look like?
Well, at the hatchery, we've got our own brood stock right on site for rainbow trout, brook trout, and brown trout. So we're collecting the eggs from those fish, like I said earlier, typically starting end of October for the brook trout and brown trout, and then usually mid-November for our rainbow trout. With the rainbow trout, that is a bit of an anomaly. They're typically a spring spawning fish. but ours have been adapted to spawn in the fall, so that they're ready to be stocked in the spring when there's a more abundant food supply in the water and that kind of thing. We also do a walleye spawn camp in the spring. So typically, as soon as the ice is off the lakes, we're going out to most recent years, we've been going to Buffalo Pound Lake to do our walleye spawn camp. So as soon as the ice is off the lakes there, we go up with our partners with Ministry of Environment as well as the Saskatchewan Wildlife Federation. And we set downhaul traps, which are live capture traps that don't harm the fish. And we capture the fish and bring them into retaining pens, keeping track of females that are ready to spawn, that kind of thing. And once the females are ready, we collect the eggs from the females, fertilize them with milk from the males. The eggs are disinfected and then brought back to the hatchery at Fort Capel for incubation.
Cool.
And with the walleye, it's about kind of a 14 to 21 day incubation period. And when they've hatched, we hold it for between 3 and 5 days, and then they are distributed throughout the province to the various lakes that the biologists have included in our stocking list for the year.
Interesting. So I guess if you're considering doing a job like this and you were looking at a resume, what kind of volunteer work or extracurricular might look good on a resume?
Well, we're definitely looking for people that are interested in the environment, being outside kind of thing, not afraid to get dirty, work in inclement weather at times. People that have, helped out with local wildlife federation groups or Ducks Unlimited, stuff like that. Like I say, just people that are willing to get outside and get dirty, basically.
Cool. Okay. So you love your job, I'm assuming, but has there been any careers that you've kind of come across since starting down your path that you thought, geez, like that's really cool, I didn't know that existed before?
I guess before I started at the hatchery, I actually fought forest fires for a number of seasons, and that was, a good career for when I was single and didn't have family commitments, that kind of thing. But once family came along, it was nice to know where you're going to be going to bed that night and being able to be closer to home, that kind of thing. So other careers, I guess there's some of the planning sides of some of the park side of things would kind of piqued my interest at times, and just other biology sort of and environmental positions like that.
Cool. So I have one more question for you, and it is, what is the best piece of advice you would give someone who's thinking about pursuing a career in conservation?
I guess the best advice would be to do something that you enjoy doing. Like, you don't want to be stuck doing something that is you don't want to do all the time, kind of thing. So like when I was younger, I always wanted to be involved with fisheries or wildlife, and it's just you don't want to be, like I say, don't want to be doing something all the time that you don't want to do. You want to work at something that you enjoy, and almost at times isn't a job. It's just you can have fun with it as well.
Yeah, like I gotta say, if you don't love being like waist deep in cold, icy water, or like that's a big turn off for me. Whenever James from our office comes home and he's looking like that, I just think, oh gosh.
Yeah, there are different aspects of it that maybe not always be the funnest part of the job, but all in all, at the end of the day, you're promoting, like with myself, we're promoting fisheries to the province, and I can't ask for a better job than what I've got.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's all I have for you, Nelson. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. Like I say, basically my job as manager, I've making sure my staff have all the tools and stuff that they need to make me look good, I guess, as a manager of the provincial fish hatchery.
Okay, well, if anybody has any questions for Nelson, they're welcome to get hold of us and then we will forward those questions on. And thank you for tuning in and have a great day.